Alrighty, tonight was the second Inuyasha movie, The Castle Beyond the Looking Glass. It's from 2002. It's a good movie. I'm fond of it. I will say I did not remember this movie going into it. Now that I've watched it all, I do remember it. Like, I remember watching it in the past. 10, 15 years since I watched this movie. So it started, I'm like, this makes no sense. You can't defeat the big bad of the series at the beginning of this movie. You don't beat the big bad for like 100, 200 more episodes. Like, it takes a long time. But it made sense in the end because they didn't. It was all a trick, whatever. If you haven't seen it, I don't, nothing. Who knows if you'll ever watch it, but no need to spoil it. I will say it's a great movie. They all are great movies. It's not my favorite of them, I will say. I like the first and the fourth best so far. Tomorrow's the third, and I remember the second and the third being like, one of them I didn't like. And I don't remember which, and I don't know if my opinion will change, because a lot of these opinions have changed over the years. A couple highlights of this movie include the animation style. For a note that's kind of different than the others is they do a lot with mirrors in this movie and reflective surfaces, and how they use it is actually really cool. I think anything that uses mirrors like this, especially animation, does, it's cool. Especially when it's so well done. So, like, the castle ends up under the lake because the lake's reflective, and so it's like a plot point, which is always really nice. The other thing I didn't appreciate as a kid that I definitely appreciate more now is this one's based off of a specific legend story in Japan, I guess. I don't know much about it, admittedly. I'm a literary thingy-majigger. That's because I don't know words all of a sudden. But the point is, it's based on something specific that's used actually in a lot of different media because it's like a historic legend, story, something from Japan. Obviously, the movie's from Japan, and I didn't realize this was like a thing. There's a Studio Ghibli on the same legend, and so throughout all this, like, that's nifty. But what I really like is how they use that, but also the story of the anime itself, which is, Kagome goes back and forth between what was the modern day, early 2000s, back 500 years to feudal Japan. And so, in school, she's learning about this legend in class. She has to do a paper or something on it. So you hear about it there, exposition. Then you go into the past and you hear more about it. And throughout, like, the bad guys are collecting these things to revive the big bad of the movie, Kyoga. And so how they're doing that is they're telling little sections, it sounds like, poems. And so it's really well done, stylized type thing. I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. Again, 7 out of 10. It's a pretty good movie.